Hey guys, so welcome back. I thought today I would show you my homemade dip bar. So I built it and it stays out in the garden. It's hidden away by this tree because my mum doesn't like the look of it, so it's got to hide behind here in the garden. But here it is. So yeah, I'll sort of run you through what I did. So basically, actually I'll move it out. So yeah, I've just moved it out of the trees for you. So basically what I did is I started off by making this base down here. I can't remember the dimensions now, but just I'm not really much of a carpenter, but I just made some butt joints here. 2 screws in. I did that all the way around. So that was the base made. Looking back on it, you probably could have done it without the base, but you'd have to find another way to stabilise the bottom. I don't know if that's the best way to do it. That was just the way I thought to do it. I came up with this just one Saturday, just sort of a bit spontaneous. I just made it out of the blue. Took me about 4 hours, 5 hours. But yeah, so use some timber, and then these timbers are held in. They were originally held in by screws at the bottom here. You can see here where I had the screws, but they loosened up after a while, so I changed them to these bolts, and they hold really well. Hold it a lot more solidly. So yeah, that's the bolts all the way around like that. And then what I did is I put this bit of timber here just so the not all of the weight is being taken at the bottom and sort of pushing the thing apart. It's also being held up here, so it's got sort of I don't know what you'd call it, but yeah, basically just got that. Like I said, I don't really know much about carpentry. This is just my sort of way of doing it. If you've got any other ways, you know, put down in the comments. I'd love to hear them, you know, a bit of criticism. But then these poles, basically my granddad gave me this old weightlifting bar. It wasn't like an Olympic bar or anything, and I don't know, it was sort of, don't tell him I said this, but it was just a bit shit. So I cut the bar up and put it through these. But what I did is I didn't really have the same size as for the actual bar, so I've got as close as I could with a spade piece, and then I hammered it the rest of the way through, and that's why all of the wood here is ripped out, because as I was hammering it, the hole wasn't big enough, so it took out a little chunk of the wood, and it did it from one of the sides here. Yeah, it did it there as well. Yeah, and you can see where the metal's been mushroomed over a little bit from me hammering it, but all in all it went quite well. I wouldn't say it went terribly. I think, you know, I mean, it's pretty well built, you know, it does its job. It's not the nicest looking thing, I'll admit, but you know, this was just completely made it up sort of as I went along. But yeah, it holds together well. The timber I got for wicks. It isn't treated or anything, so yeah, if I was to do it again I would treat the wood. I know I'm a twat, so it will eventually start rotting at the bottom and stuff, but I knew that from the start. I knew I should have treated it, but I was impatient. We didn't have any, and I just wanted to get it all done in a day. So if I was to do it again, I'd have gone out, I would have bought the, you know, some sort of treatment oil or whatever, and I would have got a closer spade bit for here, because you know it sort of ruins the look, cheapens it up when it's got that, and it has damaged the wood a little bit, you know, from the impact. You've got there's a little crack there and stuff like that. But all in all, it's alright. You know, if you see this and you know a bit about carpentry, put in the comments. You know, I'd like to hear. But yeah.